All right. I think this might be working. I don't know. I'm using the new live producer, and it is a little confusing. So hopefully this is going live to um hopefully this is going live to the proofing box. I have absolutely no idea whether it is. So if it isn't, I'll figure it out for tomorrow because it won't let me use the old like the old way of going live. So anyway, you know what? It's all good, man. It is all good because as I posted here, guess who's not responsible for my results? Facebook. Facebook is in no way responsible for my results. So I want to welcome you. It is Thursday, April 30th, and we got lots of good things to talk about today because we get to talk about incoming money. And I am so excited because I love diving into this topic with my own self. And I love the process that I am going through, a lot of which I am going through like live with all y'all, to understand how my whole life works, right? Which is what we're, like kind of what you seeing me live coach every day. It's super, super fun and exciting. And I love the feedback that I'm getting. Keep it coming. Feel free to send me direct messages around your questions and all that good sort of stuff. And so today is Thursday, and today is the day we talk about incoming money. Now, I want to tell you that of all of the places where your thoughts create your reality, incoming money is one of the biggest places most people have a hard time with. Okay. There are subconscious money conversations that we have that we, by and large, don't know about. Okay. We, by and large, don't even recognize how fast our thoughts come into our heads around our money thoughts, like when we think about money, right? And one of the gifts of understanding that I am in charge of all of my own results, the first gift of understanding that is it means that I have all of the power. I'm the only person in charge of getting my money results. I'm the only person that can create the belief, that can do the selling and the marketing and the making of the money. And that's amazing news because it means I have all of the power, right? And for you, it means amazing news because it means you have all of the power. And then you're going to say, but Dr. P, yeah, I don't run my own business. Of course you have all the power. You're the CEO of your own business. Dudes, I get it. But the truth of the matter is that all the power lives with you to declare how much money you're going to make in the world and go out and make it. Okay. So we have covered your reality about your incoming money, like the truth of the assets that you create. Okay. So there's a ton of people who get paid. It's the end of the month. Ton of people got paid today. They got paid tomorrow. Okay. They're going to get paid tomorrow. Right. And you have a result. Like that is a result. The amount of money on your paycheck, the amount of money on my paycheck is a result of the actions we have taken in our lives. And the actions that we take in our lives are all 100% based on a feeling. Okay, so if you're in a job, you took that job because of the way you felt about it, because of the possibility. I talk to a lot of people who have spent an epic ton of time in graduate school, in doctorate programs, and they take to a person, they say yes to a job because they believe in the possibility of it. And when you're in possibility, there are so many actions that you take. Okay. Now, it does not always work, right? But that possibility came from a thought, right? And I'll bet if you're in a place where your incoming money isn't where you want it to be, that if you get yourself back to possibility, if you move yourself into wonder and curiosity, you will unleash creativity. Okay. And from a space of creativity, no matter what kind of creativity we're talking about, I am not talking about everybody going out and like Bob Rossing it. Talking about the creativity that we innately have access to, that the universe endowed in us. We're all creative in different ways, right? And when you tap into your creativity to think about your results, I want you to think about what results you could create. If you were already the person who could create those results, you would have them. And the truth is you aren't yet. And the next half, so this is like we're at the halfway point of our training. And the truth is that at this halfway point, we're declaring our results to the world. And if you are already in belief about those results, you would be there. If I was already in belief about $1 million in my business every year, I'd already be there, right? But the thing is that every day we get to choose whether or not we're going to believe with no evidence, right? When I started vet school, I believed with no evidence that I would make it through in 4 years and walk across the stage and get my doctorate in veterinary medicine from the University of Georgia. I believed the same thing when my parents dropped me off on a rainy August day at Wellesley to join my incredible classmates. I believed with no evidence. I believed with no evidence when I joined the Army that it was the next right step. We believe with no evidence all the time. And yet, somehow, when it comes to money making, we insist we have to have evidence. And our brains are so insistent that we can't do more than we have already done, that our brains, unbeknownst to us, will go and sabotage. And I've been observing this in my own self this week. It has been completely fascinating about how I have sabotaged myself and how I have used a ton of excuses about why everything except me is in charge of making incoming money results in my life, right? Because that's what we're trained to do. Like, we're trained to think the reason I'm not having the result that I want is because of coronavirus. The reason I'm not having the result that I want is because clients are, fill in whatever you think clients are. Okay. The reason I'm not getting the results that I want is because of my inspector, because of whatever it is, right? Very rarely do we look inside for the reason why we don't have what we want. Okay. And if you did the feelings work, I think that a lot of that feelings work will reveal to you why you don't have what you want. Okay. And that's a beautiful thing to know. Okay. Because if you are resisting the feeling, okay, and the sadness, what if you thought by now it would be different? Okay. You got the graduate degree, or you went to college, or you joined the Army, or whatever it is that you did to make your life better. And what if you're just sad because you thought it would be different than it is? You thought it would be easier. You thought it would be more fun. You thought the job would be different. Did you do all of that feelings processing last week? Because if you didn't, you got to do that feelings processing because you cannot simply believe your way to wealth and abundance. Because if it was that easy, and it sort of is and it sort of isn't, but if it was so easy as to just declare abundance in the universe and go and get it, we would all be there and money would be meaningless, right? But money is always, always neutral. Okay. And so if you're declaring a result in the world of money that you're going to bring into your family, and you are immediately beset by panic, chances are that money is not neutral yet. Okay. And I know I've talked a lot about this, but money is neutral. It's a set of ones and zeros that we've pretty much agreed on has a value. All right. You are always in a place where you are creating results about money in your life. All right. How do I know this? One, I have an economics degree. Like I spent 4 years studying how people create results with money in their life. Okay. The more you understand the results that you are creating and how you have chosen those results, the more you can see for yourself how you are wanting what you want and having what you have, and you can decide whether or not that's working for you. Okay. And so in my journey of declaring results, so I like uh I guess I jumped the gun a little bit last week and I declared results that I was going to sign 5 new clients by next Monday, right? And I'm having a super fun time putting offers out there so that people will sign up. And I'll be honest with you, I have not signed 5 new clients, right? And that's a result as much as signing 5 new clients. And I know I'm 100% in charge of those results, and I'm totally okay with it. Because the more I can drop into my own power around creating my own results, the more incredible results I'll be able to create in the rest of my life. When I'm square with that, then what I can see is the actions that I take that end up with a result of not signing clients. The actions that I take that end up with a result of like tomorrow of spending more money than I meant to spend, which doesn't happen with me very often, right? But the result of not growing my business at the speed and pace that I want to, or that I say that I want to, that is actually happening. And what I am coming to understand is that when we declare our results and go after them, it's all about creating awareness of what's actually happening in our lives and where is the disconnect. Okay. And the disconnect in my life, I don't know about your lives, but the disconnect in my life always comes from a place of not feeling my feelings and really of not feeling the negative feelings and resisting negative emotion around money, around customers, around work, around a whole bunch of different things. Like, we got 3 kids, homeschooling, and I could definitely use that as a reason for not creating results. I could use like the massive technology fails we've had this week as a reason for not creating results. Or I could say, these are the results that I've created. This is what I put out in the universe, and these are the results that I've created. How do I square these up? What are my actions? What are the feelings that are associated with this? And where am I in confusion? Because we're never really in confusion We're just refusing to do the work, okay? I don't understand, Dr. P, about why I haven't created my dream job, about why my clients are so mean to me. I don't understand, Dr. P, about why I made so much money today and I feel so awful. Okay? Because for how many of us is that true? I work with a lot of veterinarians, okay? And I hear their stories and I hear their pain. I had a record breaking day and I'm exhausted and I want to curl into a ball and cry, okay? That happens a lot. And it happens because we made this money and we thought the money was going to make us happy. And it doesn't. Happiness comes from inside. Happiness comes from accepting our negative feelings and moving through them and accepting that life is 50-50 anyway. And so when you're out to create a money result, an incoming money result in your life, for most people, this is the place that takes the most work. This is definitely the place that takes the most work with me, which is why I go and get coaching for it, right? Because like, I'm not where I want to be. And if I was a baseball player and I wanted to get into the major leagues and I needed to improve my hitting, I would hire a hitting coach, right? I mean, if I had the idea, which I don't, that my kids were going to go to college on ballet scholarships, I would hire them coaches. And I find so often that people are all about making more money in their business, but they're not about putting the money on the line. And we're going to talk about that tomorrow and about what that really means. But it's much more than to make money, you got to spend money. It is definitely not that. But to make money, you've got to allow the neutrality of money. And make the money, whatever the number is, not about you, because it isn't about you, right? Money isn't a measure of your worth. As we have said, you are 100% worthy and 100% lovable, exactly as you are. Money is a measure of the value you put out in the universe, right? And if you want to increase that, you got to put more value out. And in order to do that, you got to stop thinking about yourself and start thinking about the impact you can have and the service you can be in to the people who you are meant to serve. And so if you were creating a result from serving the people you were meant to serve, what does that look like? If your money results, if you wanted, we had this happen in the life coach school. One of the coaches got an award for making $100,000 as an employee or a contractor or something with the life coach school. Now that's pretty impressive because I think they pay their contractors like $30 an hour, right? And so how did she make $100,000 doing that? And everybody was so impressed. Well, it's because she believed that she could, right? How do I make the multiple six figures in my business that I make? It's because I believe that I can. How am I going to make the $1 million? It's because I'm going to believe that I can, and I'm going to do all of the work. And I am going to constantly be measuring myself on my results, right? How many people are booking calls and how many people are buying the 5K product with the money back guarantee, right? How am I out there confusing my customers by offering too many things, which I'm pretty clear I have been. Okay. And so I'm really constraining to one product offering. How could you do that and deliver more overwhelming value to whomever it is you trade time for money for? What are the results that you can create so that you bring in more money? And how are you going to develop the capability to do that? What are the things that you need to do, and how are you going to develop the capability? You're going to develop the capability by managing your mind, by recognizing that you're going after a wealth result and that's totally okay, and stopping feeling badly that your family isn't front and center. Okay? Because we beat ourselves up on things like that. Pick one thing and do it. Pick one thing that you think is going to deliver overwhelming value to the people to whom you deliver value, and go all in on that. And what does that look like? Be that, do that. And every day ask yourself, what's the next most value generating step I can take? Okay. So every day, where's my phone? Every day at night, I um go on my phone and I go into my calendar and um I set my stuff for the like my schedule for the next day. Okay. Always with results in mind. And then I go and I do them. And what I am starting to do is every time it's time for me to do something else, the question is what I am doing delivering value? Okay, because we have a lot of lean conversations around here, okay? Driving out wastes of lean in your production process, lean startup conversations, those sorts of things. How is what I am doing delivering value to the universe? And I can only guess, but I do know that when I am focused on the people on the other side of this camera and delivering value to them, I'm much less focused on whether or not I remembered to put on lipstick, which I'm sure I did not. Okay. And whether or not the video is futzing around because it's in the corner and it's like giving me a headache because it keeps like flipping. And I'm going to have to go back and watch the videos and see if this is actually working. Right. When I'm focused on my own self and not focused on being in service, I cannot create value. I can't coach with courage and vulnerability because I'm focused on my own damn self, right? And you can't create courage and vulnerability when you're focused on yourself, because when we're focused on ourselves, we're protecting ourselves. Like I was talking to the client the other day, and when she gets focused on herself, she actually curls in on herself. It is a protective mechanism. Like she brings her shoulders in to protect her core, right? When we are outward focused and we are focused on delivering value to people and creating value in the universe, and using that to drive ourselves forward, the energy of it is amazing. It is a calm and centered energy. Like for me, it's the energy of my German Shepherd, which I've talked about. And it's not the energy of the yappy poodle or of the Jack Russell Terrier that's demanding to be heard. But it is a calm and centered energy that is focused on delivering value for people. And it is a super exciting place to be. And I know even if I don't create those 5 clients within the time constraints that I said, those clients are coming. I am ever working and ever asking myself, what is the next most value generating step that I can take? And I promise you, if you ask and answer that every day before you do your work tasks, you'll get there. You'll get there. Because when you ask that question, it comes from a sense of inquisitiveness, right? But you gotta decide you're gonna ask that question from inquisitiveness, not what's the next most value generating step I can take? Okay, how can I get money out of somebody? No, right? That's about me. We can use the same language and make it about me. Or I can use the language of what's the next most value generating step I can take? Whatever task I'm doing. So I'm going to be on a live panel with a private equity group. And I am going to get off of this and I'm going to fully focus